nianze kama mkuru. The year was I credit my success to 3 things. Every no takes you closer to a yes. There's a quote I always write that I want my partner to know the angel and the devil in me.
Coming from a house full of girls as well. My mom has 3 girls. I can only imagine. Umepaka makeup
Hapana, shida ni kuitisha pesa za makeup.
You've been working for 15 years now, right?
So I feel those are the 2 things every freelancer should do. If you spend your time with 5 billionaires,
you'll be the same.
Exactly.
Are you spending your time with me?
You can earn way more.
Yeah.
Working online. Way more. You need to have a skill. Then with the skill, come and learn how to pitch yourself. Come to my TikTok or Saitores or Dr. All the people who are teaching about how to pitch yourself and to present your skills.
Yeah.
You go onto Facebook, you pitch your skills, and then you get a client.
True. You need to keep also consuming knowledge every other time. Things are changing and you want to always ensure you've set yourself apart. Welcome to Virtually Vast. We are virtual assistants here, don't take notes. We take over. I'm your host, Virtually Saitore, and here we talk real skills, dive into the mess, the wins, and the money moves behind every virtual assistant. So pour in your chai, rebuke that imposter syndrome, and let's get you virtually vast. Welcome to the second part of my episode with Bonniey Josef, and in this part of the episodes we are going to be talking about Bonniey's life, basically deep diving into why alitoka Mombasa akakuja Nairobi, and every other thing that Bonniey feels relevant to let us know today. So Bonniey, karibu. But before we even go into your life, I have a question that I think I should have asked in the previous episode. How do you handle rejection when it comes to pitching to the virtual assistant clients?
I love rejections, honestly. They hurt, but I love them because the more the rejections, I usually say in our WhatsApp group that every no takes you closer to a yes. So if you're not getting any rejections, then there's an issue with your pitches because they don't even care to reply, or they're going to the spam folder, so they're not even being seen.
Yeah.
So if someone takes their time and their energy to tell you you are not exactly a fit, or whatever they tell you, it's a good thing. So I've learned to love rejections. Like I was saying about failure.
Yeah.
I've learned to love them as much as in the moment they hurt. And especially if you're desperate to get a client, they do hurt. But I keep reminding, you have to consciously remind yourself that every no is a step closer to a yes.
Yeah, you just mentioned about desperation, and I remember when I was really pitching to get my first client after I got fired. I then had to create a rejections folder. Like, if you reject me, I put it in. I put it in that folder, to just tally myself and see how many rejections I'm getting in a week, for instance. Because desperation, I think at times it makes you go nuts and go crazy it comes to client pitching. So thank you for that. So rejections should be your friend, right?
Exactly.
And failure should be your partner in this success journey. So Bonniey, tell us about you. Where did you grow up?
Maybe
who is Bonniey? Like, see Bonniey on TikTok.
Who's
Bonniey?
I have always wanted to say this because my village is finally famous. Mimi nimetoka Monyoro. Like as a matter of fact,
Monyoro.
kutoka kwangu mpaka kwa Rigiji ni hapa. Ni neighbor. Anyway, that's how I was born.
One time. Okay, no politics.
So that's how I was born. My parents They relocated to Narumoru area after I cleared class.
Narumoru is in Nanyuki.
No, Narumoru is in Nyeri, but Kien East.
There's
on your way,
Narumoru in
on your way,
Nanyuki?
on your way to Nanyuki.
Oh, do you know there's also a Narumoru in Loitoktok? I think it's a common name.
So yeah, I actually think it's a Maasai name.
Yeah, it is, which makes sense why
Exactly.
it's closer to Nanyuki.
Exactly. So they went here. So huko nilisomea high school, and then after high school came to Murang'a kuanza kuhustle. If you remember, tulikuwa tunakaa miaka mbili before we joined campus. Sisi watu millennials. So
if I remember.
You can't remember. So 2 years, and then joined KU. After KU, went to Mombasa for my first official job as a psychologist.
Yeah.
And then that's where now I transitioned to the remote world.
Yeah. So why did you relocate from Mombasa now back to Nairobi?
To Nairobi.
Yeah.
One, it's because we always knew that we wanted to also start a physical business.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, and we weren't sure we wanted to start that in Mombasa.
Yeah.
Two, being away from, I'm very family oriented. So I remember there was a certain time I was in Mombasa, and then my dad had to go in for surgery, and we couldn't even find flights from Mombasa to Nairobi. That's when we made the decision.
Yeah.
We love Mombasa, but we want to be closer to family, and we also want to go back to Nairobi where we can start a physical business. So those were the major reasons. Major to be close to friends and family, and to start our journey to owning a business.
I love the fact that you said you're family oriented, and I just want to know, because your example was about your dad getting sick and you not being able to be there for him. Do you have kids of your own?
Oh yes, I do. I have 2 beautiful daughters. My firstborn is 14.
Again, how old are you?
My first one is 14. I was blessed with that girl immediately after high school.
Oh, you are very active.
Listen, but do not judge.
We listen, we collapse.
I was blessed with my daughter, and I thank God every day for her, because I credit my success to 3 things. 1, my daughter. 2, my wife. And 3, my faith in God.
Oh wow.
Those I feel like
you're really family oriented.
Exactly, because I remember immediately she was born a week to me joining campus.
Wow.
Exactly. And by then we were not together with the mother.
Yeah.
So I remember when I made my first friend in campus, I told him, unfortunately, I'll come and invite to the bash. Unfortunately, Mimi, I can't afford to be like anyone else. Because I have a kid.
Wow.
And at this point, I can't provide for her because none may get to campo. So I must look for ways to make money, because I wanted to be able to support her as soon as possible. So for that reason, I pushed myself so much. Huko nilianza kuanza kuuza earrings.
So kitu inafanya ni still bideni mtoto. Nitafute mtoto.
So having a kid that young made me, it enforced me grow haraka sana. And I was very clear with all my friends. I remember even when I was asking my current wife then to be my girlfriend, I remember nikimwambia, I want to ask you a question, but before that, I want to tell you something. So, we met with her 2 weeks into campus.
Okay.
And then
2 weeks into campus, your kid was born a week before you joined campus. So you met your wife.
No, we are very good friends. We are very good friends. We were very good friends. And then she became my girlfriend a year later.
Oh, okay.
A year later. So before I asked her to become my girlfriend, I asked her, I need to be my girlfriend, but before you do, I need to know something. I have a kid. Nikamaisha picture. I have a kid. So when you're making that decision, you make it with full awareness that I have a kid. We are not together with the mother, but at this point, I'm not supporting her because I'm broke. But I fully intend to be in her life and her to be in my life. So before you make that decision, know that. So and by the grace of God, Dakasama, It's our too. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. So
Wow.
that's my firstborn, and then our firstborn is now 5. She's 5, huh? Yeah, she's hitting 5 the
Guys,
next
the
month.
wife is on set.
Yeah, she's hitting
No,
5.
na confirm ya kam mtoto Bonnie.
I
What's
know,
wrong
I
with the
know.
men?
Bana, the life. Yeah, so our first one, so I have to.
Yeah.
My house has beautiful feminine energy.
Oh wow, that is really nice. Coming from a house full of girls as well. My mom has 3 girls. I can only imagine. Umepakwa makeup ama bado?
Hapana, shida ni kuitisha pesa za makeup.
Okay. So you speak about your wife a lot, right? And your partner, and almost, especially in the last episode, in almost every other routine or every other step of the way, every time you're starting something new, your wife played a very big role. So tell us, what role do you think a supportive partner plays in anybody's life? Depicting from your own life, for instance.
Nianze kama mkuru. The year was in
When you
2009. In 2009, if I'm not wrong. Not 2010.
Yeah.
2010, before I joined campus. My dad's brother, who is also my dad because I'm an Ilasana,
Yeah.
he's a reverend. He told me something that, Bonnie, the biggest blessing you can get in life is get a partner and a wife when you're still broke. And then you grow with them. Because as you grow with them, everything that you accumulate, every experience adds to the spice of you.
Yeah.
And that informed me looking for a partner so much. Because when my previous relationship didn't work, I knew for a fact if I date again, the person I'm dating again will be the person I marry. So I remember when we were still dating, I told her, you know, if you end up dating, I'm marrying you. And then she was still so new from high school. She was so new from high school. And it was my point is, if you get a partner who is supportive, you can do way, way, way more in life. And I'm very ambitious. I'm very goal-oriented. But by being ambitious, I can see the bigger picture, but I don't see the potholes. I don't see the potholes.
Yeah.
I know that I want by the end of next year our agency to have at least 100 VAs or freelancers.
Yeah.
But my wife is very analytical. She's very plan oriented. I'm very goal oriented. She's very plan oriented. So every time I give her my big dreams, she's like, okay, very beautiful. Sasa kuja keti hapa.
Yeah.
Let's write them down. And then she asks me, so what if this doesn't happen? What if this? So she's able to help me polish out my plans towards my goals, because that's something I had missed so much in my life. Because I would have a very big goal, and I'm going towards it full force, and then I start getting challenges, and Julie's like, what? But now I'm able to, with her help, I'm able to foresee the challenges that might come up and plan for them.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the reason why, for example, when during the previous challenge, we had a goal of one client, and I was supposed to send 100 pitches. Her question was, what if you said 100 and then you don't get a client? So nikasema, so just to make sure that I still get a client, I will triple that number. So I was supposed to send 300 pitches, which I did. That's the whole point. When you have a partner who complements you. Unfortunately, your partner can be the reason why you achieve so much, but they can also be the reason why you do. They can also be a no. So you have to be, I think you have to pray so much, because I don't think it's anything I did that helped me to get a person who compliments me so much. And one of the things that most of my friends find it hard to believe is how transparent I am with her.
Yeah.
Exactly, on almost everything. Because there's a quote I always write, that I want my partner to know the angel and the devil in me.
Oh, damn.
I want her to know me so well, so that I actually told her this yesterday, that I want you, if I was a thief, I would want you to know that I'm a thief. so that nikishikwa KCB nikiiba,
Yeah.
and then I'm all over that kumbe Bonniey alikuwa mwizi. You will not, it will not catch you by surprise.
Yeah.
You'll be like, ni wangu najua. Najua. So
Mtadu.
that's the kind of relationship I have. I want her to know
Yeah.
the good and the bad and the ugly, and then now we can strategize together.
Wow. I think that is very overwhelming for me to listen. Honestly, but you said something about your uncle telling you to look for a partner when you're broke. I kind of feel like I'm past that. So what happens to me?
I think you just have to be very intentional
Yeah.
intentional in the person that you get. I have a friend who did something very crazy. I wouldn't actually advise you do that. He is still doing very well in life, but then he would only get partners who are after,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
you know what he did?
Convenience.
He went and bought a Toyota Premio. I'm not saying Premio is a bad car. What a Toyota
okay.
Premio, and then he moved out from his house and rented a 2-bedroom. His point was,
that is bad because he would miss out on me.
He said, I just want someone who will not come immediately because of what I do have.
Yeah.
So my point in Dimambia, funny enough, right now with the Premio and the 2-bedroom, someone will still be impressed by what you have.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
True.
So I think
somebody would still scheme.
Exactly.
This guy has it all. Yeah, it's.
So I think at the end of the day,
yeah.
it's the grace of the Lord that determines. But you have to be very intentional at the same time.
Yeah. You keep saying it's the grace of God. You keep saying it has to be God. You need to be prayerful and consistent when you're looking for a partner, for instance. Talk to me about God, not just in your spousal life, but also in your life in general. And the role faith has just played in your life.
Our family philosophy, for lack of an appropriate word, is called Unasi. Kama una gari imeandikwa Unasi. Unasi means God with us. It's a belief that we're given by.
Ilikuwa kwa CRE? Ilikuwa kwa CRE.
I think it's a Bible verse. Emmanuel, exactly, God with us.
I remember answering questions like that.
So, where we've been brought up with a very Christian background, and as much as I'm not as active in the church in the traditional sense, but my faith is usually very grounded, very, and I want everything because I know that for a fact you can't do anything in life if you rely on your own understanding.
True.
You can't.
Yeah.
So we lean heavily on our faith, because trust me, even if you're as bright, even if you are as talented, if you don't have a God in your life, and if you can't rely on faith, you'd not move. And this has been proved time and again. There are things that we've been able to do that we don't even understand how.
Yeah. And
even the simple fact that God brought us two together and we merge so well, it's something that we can't explain. I've had friends who are single asking me, by the time, what exactly did you look for in a wife so that you can get someone who is perfect for you?
Yeah.
And my answer is, I don't know. It's purely God's grace. So
maybe they're not looking.
I know.
Week 2 in campus.
She just happened to sit next to me, and I was actually lost. Class in
Oh wow.
So I think
take tips, get lost, find yourself in spaces you're not supposed to be.
Exactly. So I try to nourish my faith as much as possible because I know how much and how far it has brought me.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
that's that.
Yeah, that's
that when it comes to God. One thing about me, and I think it's very much open. I remember when I came to your 30-day challenge, I ended up preaching. I carry my faith everywhere, and more or less the same thing. I am not a perfect Christian. I think that is what you were trying to say. I'm not a perfect Christian, but I do acknowledge the role faith plays in my life each and every time. And I know it's not just in the relationship that is not there, it's coming though. It's not just in the journey, it's also in just, the daily small things, like you are driving mtu anduthi akakuingia,
That's true.
such things, and you can't really protect yourself, you can't control them, you just have to let
That's
that.
true.
And in this freelance life, tell me, do you think somebody can really survive without faith in the freelance life?
I don't think.
For instance,
I don't think so. You can,
yeah,
because people are here. They're still
yeah,
doing
they
it.
are, yeah,
But how I choose to live my life, because one thing, if I look back when I was broke and I didn't have anything, and when I started becoming a bit financially stable, and right now, I think the one thing I came to understand is, and this is a bit insulting, is that no amount of money can give you peace of mind
yeah,
and peace of, if you don't have faith in God.
yeah,
Because I think there's just some level of mental stability that you get when you have that pillar in your life.
contentment.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So even when I'm going through so many challenges, I'm always reminded that God gives the hardest battles to his most favorite warriors to prepare them for the biggest successes.
Nobody talks about how hard it is to trust God sometimes,
I
especially when
know.
you're going through those
Exactly,
times.
exactly. And just go back to to a previous point that I should have mentioned.
Yeah.
In Form 2, I've gone through two, they're called NDEs. NDEs are near-death experiences. Two. I've gone through
NDA will change meaning.
no, NDE,
Oh,
near-death
NDA. Oh, okay.
NDA, near-death experiences. One is in Form 2, I got involved in a very bad road accident. Very
Oh
bad.
my God.
Where that
So
happened,
sorry.
no one else usually survived, but for some reason I survived.
Oh my God.
I have a very, if you see
I
any of my,
have.
I have a very nice car here.
I think I've seen it on TikTok
Yeah,
on your gym
exactly,
videos. And for
exactly.
some reason, I was to ask you yesterday on call. And then, I don't know, we talked about so many other
Hii ni
things.
chuma hii. Hii ni chuma. So nilijikia mkono mara mbili, hii huku mara moja, huku miguu, mbavu hizi 4. I walked with a wheelchair. I used a wheelchair for some time.
Oh my God.
Exactly. And I stayed for how many months, nikifidiwa, nikioshwa in Form 2. And somehow God decided.
How long did that take?
Happened in April. I was able to fully recover, I think, in September.
Wow.
Exactly. So whatever reason God had to spare my life then.
Wait. What happened? Like,
I was riding a bike, and then mtu alikuwa bike tu.
Baiskeli.
Exactly, baiskeli tu. And then mtu alikuwa toka sherehe na nyuki kwa lami tu akapita na mimi.
Oh my God.
I
So
know.
sorry.
It's okay.
Look at you.
So my mom always reminds me that God kept you because he had a purpose for you.
Yeah.
And I think my purpose is to empower and
look at
help us.
the amount of virtual assistants
Exactly.
and freelancers you're empowering.
Exactly.
And even those were in your vision to having them hired by next year.
Exactly.
God, oh my God, God had a reason why you survived that
Exactly.
accident.
That's true. The second one was in campus. Can't remember either third year or fourth year.
Yeah.
And I remember this girl had come to visit me, nikishuka single, and I was trying to connect. I was using a PC as my TV, so I had a TV card.
Yeah.
And I had
I don't even understand what you're saying.
You can understand. Yeah. So there was we could use the TV monitor. You connect it to a TV card, and then you connect it to an aerial, and then you can use it as a TV. So alipokuja, who do I entertain this girl with?
Yeah.
To kitu kwa TV, si ndio? Yeah. So I was trying to need the aerial to get the signal. So nikitoa kwa direction, I noticed metal spark, but I didn't even think that's a red flag. Mlango kwangu ilikuwa chuma. So nikasema wacha nitoe aerial nje itashika vizuri. Nikaenda kusukuma hivi. My friend, I was like sikupigwa shock. I was electrocuted. I remember because I couldn't mention anything, nilikuwa nimekaushwa.
I am shaking on your behalf.
Sasa,
I am shaking on your behalf.
when she gets in those nini, she freezes. So, me freeze. I remember having the conversation in my head, kusema kumbe nilikuwa nikufa hivi. Then nikazima, nikaanguka. And then luckily nilipoanguka niliangukia mlango tena ikafunguka sasa. Kufunguka nilianguka nje kwa stairs. So by that impact nikaachilia.
Yeah.
So niliamka nikibleed all over. So I have a very scar kwa kichwa pia. Hiyo story. We couldn't even use lights for like a whole month kwangu. Nilikuwa inanipatia PTSD. Nilikuwa lights naanza tu kushake na kusweat. Lights tu. Nilikuwa na candle kwangu. So the fact that God make me survive through those experiences, he definitely had a purpose for me. There's no way you're telling me that I survived them hivyo tu yani.
No, ain't no
so
way.
That's the reason why faith plays a very big role in my life.
Wow.
Exactly.
I don't know. I am so short of words because I think you're the first guest who I've hosted on the podcast and has very extreme, because those are extreme stories. You nearly died like twice.
Imagine.
But anyway, let's go back to your high school life. How was high school? Ulikuwa high school wapi? Did you have a high school sweetheart?
Sasa wewe unataka kuchama. High school was very interesting for me. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I mentioned to you that I was one of those students. I was an average student, but my performance seemed like was above average because I would put in so much time to read. But then after that accident, because I missed out on my whole Form 2, and in our high school, we knew that Form 2 the class ya raha, because you still have time to enjoy.
Yeah.
And then Form 4 is still far away. By the time I'm coming to the school, we're getting to Form 3. And people have had so much fun. Wamekuwa na strikes. Kwetu strikes zilikuwa fun. Wamekuwa na strikes, wameenda functions. And I felt like I've missed out on so much. That's one. Two, I have so much to cover in terms of the syllabus. And got to a point I just gave up. So what I did was I became very truant. Got into selling point is, in very short, I was suspended 7 times. The 7th was an expulsion. In our school, if you went for 2 suspensions, the 3rd one was supposed to be an expulsion. But if you're among the top performers, you'll be given a leeway.
Yeah.
So I was suspended 6 times. Now the 7th suspension was the expulsion.
So where did you do your KCSE from?
I'd already registered. And by that,
so you came back and did
exactly. My dad was a deputy principal in another school, so I went to that school for your term, and then
mtoto wa mwalimu na yeye tukutia.
So I came back. By the time I was coming back, we had been expelled 14 of us. So 13 of us came back to do the KCC. We found that we had been assigned 2 policemen, each one of us. So we were 13. We were supposed to be 14. So we were supposed to have 28. One of us, alikuwa na mzazi mkubwa, had to write to the DO to ask if we can. I think they were reduced to about 4 or 6. Yeah, tunapelekwa hivyo. So lazima askari ajue kwenye unakaa, sababu tulikuwa tumerent kwa nje, kuzindisha mpaka we had a special room for sitting the exams. Unakaa hapo mnamaliza na kutoka kwa shule. Yeah, so in short that was my nini. So as much as I was an above average student, I should have scored way better.
Yeah.
But I didn't. God wouldn't have allowed that.
Yeah.
So I didn't. So I had to repeat Form 4. When I told my parents I wanted to repeat, because of the trauma I'd taken them through, they told me, if you want to repeat, wejitafutie shule, tutalipa school fees. So I looked for a day school close to our place. And luckily by the time I was repeating, we repeated with a cousin, and a friend. So that's basically my high school.
Oh, interesting. So let me ask, did the mischief start in high school, or did it start when you were a child? Like, how
No,
was your upbringing like?
I was actually a very obedient child. Even in Form 1, before I became Kichongomu, I was actually a CEO official. Funny enough, even by the time I was being suspended, I was still a CEO official. But in Form 1, I was a very good student, very good.
Yeah, yeah.
But then after that accident, I couldn't find a way to cope.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't find a way to cope. And I just wish issues to do with mental health
You are not
and
scared of
counseling.
anything, rather.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
no one noticed that I've gone through a very traumatic experience.
yeah.
I've missed out on so much. So maybe this young chap should be taken for counseling. No one thought about that. So by the time I was realizing that I've gone completely haywire selling stuff, we are sneaking out of school to go, my friend. By the time I was realizing that I only have 1 year to take my KCC, I asked my parents to transfer me, but I didn't explain to them why. So they thought by then I was being expelled every day. So they
Yeah,
thought it's another way of being rebellious.
yeah.
So they pass it, and in our home we believe in toughing it out. So I remember having that conversation na mzee akiniambia, we don't quit, we don't quit.
Yeah.
Maybe don't quit. So you shouldn't feel like you want to give up. You must stay in the school. But I just wish that we had better communication, better relationship with him. Not even relationship, that I had the courage to actually tell him.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm involved in a very weird group in school,
Yeah.
and I don't think nitapita mtihani kwa hii shule.
Yeah.
They do that, and that's why I always seek to build a very open communication relationship with my girls.
How is your parents parenting you affected you in how you parenting your own kids?
The one thing that I loved with the way I was brought up is we were, would I say that we had open communication on some stuff,
Yeah.
largely on, but we couldn't have very difficult conversations with our parents, and that's the one thing that I would want to do better with my kids. That I do not want them I do not want to only be a parent to them, but I want to be a friend,
Yeah.
so that they can tell me even very intimate things. I remember a few weeks ago,
They're
our,
dating.
our first one, the one who is 5,
Yeah.
alikuja akaniambia, "By dad, kuna vijana wawili wanapigana sababu yangu shule." And I'd want, and she's 5
Hiyo
years.
ni gen gani? Hiyo ni
Gen
alpha
Alpha.
kweli.
I'd want, even as they grow, to have such conversations.
Yeah.
I'd want them to be able to tell me when they are struggling, because those are some of the things that I didn't get to express to my parents. You see, so that even when they find themselves in very difficult situations, they can know that I am a pillar in their life.
Yeah.
And as much as I might still be angry, but they can still talk to me.
Oh, that is really nice.
Exactly.
I think as much as people say this current generation is bringing up broken kids and broken parenting systems, I honestly kind of feel like we've also nurtured the way we're also bringing up kids in a way that they're more closer to us, you're more approachable to them, and it becomes easier to even have these conversations. So something just sparked my mind, and from your story, you have been working for like the longest time. I think you've been working for like 15 years now, right?
Kutoka 20 before campus, so 2010, yeah.
For 15 years now, right? So I would just want to know, how has your relationship with money been? Are you like a billionaire? At some point you were making really good money. How has the relationship with money been, and what advice would you give us, the youngings, when it comes to investing, and especially those who are in the online space, because there's no plan B when you lose clients, for instance.
That's true. I must admit that I was very poor with money, very extremely poor with money.
Yeah.
And this might be a cliche until I met her. Until I met her, I was very poor.
Hey,
I was very
silly
poor.
to meet the mention sign.
I was very poor with
Hey.
money until I met her because
Yeah.
again, like I said, she's very analytical and she's done BCom, and she comes from a family that has a finance background.
Yeah.
The dad also worked in the bank. So point is, they're very, very good with money and such.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm very good with looking for the money.
Making the money.
Being a Kikuyu,
Me and you
kutafuta
both.
pesa, I'm very good. But some of the things that I've now come to learn, initially, maybe from Mombasa, today to when we're mostly saving money for projects, either building or maybe buying a car or such education such. The one best decision we made with our money is starting a physical business. And I've mentioned this severally on my videos that as a freelancer, these clients come and go.
Yeah.
Always make sure that you have something there growing,
Yeah.
because I do not need money from the business. So I can give it leeway to grow and recover. Every profit goes back to the business.
Yeah.
And it can grow to a point that in future, it can sustain me without having to work online. So I believe that's the one thing every freelancer should do, to find a way to invest their money, whether in business,
Yeah.
whether in buying shares, whether whatever you feel can be a good way to generate income for you. Again, not to store money, to generate income.
Yeah.
So that helped our finances very much. Two, she helped us to start what was it called? An emergency fund. And I'm telling you, there is nothing that gives you peace of mind than knowing that you have some cash stored somewhere that you don't, even when we're having emergencies, we don't use that money.
Yeah.
Not unless it's a crisis, like it's a crisis. That's when. And our objective is to make sure that that fund has enough to sustain our lifestyle for 6 months. So what we've done is we know exactly how much we need to sustain our lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the goal is to build up that particular fund to have enough to run us for 6 months. Because what I want is, even if I lost all my clients, I can still maintain my kids in school,
Yeah.
still fuel my cars, still maintain the lifestyle
Yeah.
for 6 months, so that to give myself time to get more clients.
Yeah.
So I feel those are the two things every freelancer should do: have an emergency fund, and then find a way to invest money. So right now, what we do is, after paying our writers and assistants,
Yeah.
we take 10%. 10%, and we don't even talk about that into exactly 10% into the emergency fund. Actually, we subtract the 10% even before we pay anyone.
Oh.
So let's say a client pays $1,000.
Yeah.
$100 into the emergency fund. After we do that, now we can pay everyone else. What is left?
Yeah.
Now that's when we decide this goes to invest into the business, because we're actively investing into that business.
Yeah.
Invest into the business, and then the rest to life and bills.
Yeah.
That's our very simple money formula, and it gives us peace of mind, because one, I know if I lost clients, I have a fund somewhere to survive me
for the next 6
exactly
months.
Other than that, there's a business somewhere which is growing and can also sustain me.
Yeah.
So that way, even when I'm pitching, I'm not pitching out of desperation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I think that is something every freelancer needs to hope on. Get a business or something generating you more income. They can even, I think some of them, or somebody like me, I prefer stocks. You can also do stocks. They generating you income. And then also have, what is the other thing you say? Emergency fund. So you are speaking to me directly. So yeah, I will try to have an emergency fund.
Don't try.
Okay.
I keep saying, don't try, do.
I will have an emergency fund. So you speak a lot about your wife and your partner. I just want to know, how easy or how hard is it to you being to make friends as an adult? Basically, we're talking about friendship in adulthood. as a freelancer, I know yesterday when we were talking, you told me you don't work weird hours like I do. So as a freelancer, or just as somebody who is in a complete family and you have friends who are not?
I think that's my biggest weakness. I don't, mm, I don't put effort in making friends.
Oh, okay.
I don't put effort to making in making friends because I leave it to flow. I want to go to virtually vast, meet Saitore, we become friends. Someone who my wife tells me that I'm very, what do you call it? Like even my friendship, they must add value in my
Oh,
life.
yeah.
I don't have a clique of boys who we need to hang out.
Oh, no, boys.
Sina my boys that hang out. Because mtaniita alafu julia alafu ningekuwa nimefanya vitu gani kwa you see?
Yeah.
Because as someone who works online, my time is money. And yeah, so all my friends are in my line of work. Actually, all of them. Very few are outside. However, I have another group of friends that, and I've always wanted to have. We meet once per month. You see, because it's so structured, it's easier to maintain them. So we meet once per month, and they are mostly families who are doing very well in life. So I go there, I get challenged, and if I was thinking that I'm doing well in life, nakumbusha bado wale hustler.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I actually saw a quote that said, I think I'm doing so bad in life, and then I remember that in every table I sit, I'm always the youngest.
Exactly.
Somebody was doing life.
Exactly. So I always want to be in circles whereby the people we're talking to are people who can add value in my life.
Yeah.
But I have another group of friends that is challenging me every day. Challenging me. So people who are doing better in life, they are that step ahead, either financially, business-wise.
Yeah.
And no, when I'm running that other brick and mortar business, if I have any challenge in that business, I have people in that friend who are running empires. So I'll call them and tell them, so I'm hiring a marketer.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things I should look out for?
Yeah.
Such.
Oh, interesting. So it's easier to make convenient friends. That is what you're saying,
exactly.
than just make friendships for any other reason. Because again, we are growing up. People have goals. You also have goals of your own. So it becomes easier if both of you have like a common ground. Yeah. I think
someone said that if you spend your time with 5 billionaires,
you'll be the same.
Exactly.
Are you spending your time with me?
Exactly. The reason why we're here. Exactly. So I'd rather, I'm very intentional with, and because I'm not the people who, I don't know how to keep in touch with people.
Yeah.
But if we are in the same line, we'll per se keep in touch. You see?
True.
Like this week, we've talked with you several times.
Yeah, true.
Because we're in the same field.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be very intentional. Oh, by the way, I've not checked up on Saitore this week. Sinafa kumpigia. Because it doesn't come naturally.
Adulting is crazy.
I know.
You don't have time to think about Saitore.
Exactly. And I also want a friend
Yeah.
who, if I call him a month later and tell them, hey, man's life. They perfectly understand because they're going through the same thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's even being hard to like have those girl cliques. I don't even remember the last time I had one. I think in campus or something, because I am extremely ambitious. And at times, people just don't buy your brain. You know, they can't see the vision the way you're seeing it in your mind. So it becomes really hard to have friends. So I'm trying to hold myself back from asking how old you are, but give us advice as, you know, youngings in this field, as upcoming freelancers as well, because you've been in this industry for quite a while now.
Good. How old am I? I'm 35. Yes, I'm 35. This is the last year I can apply for.
Like 27.
This is the last year. Ni God na maji.
Wow.
I know. On a gym.
Oh, you're still a youth though.
Yeah. Indo makamisha.
Oh, Indo makamisha.
I know. Not exactly advice, but still about working online. if, let me give a good example. When I was working for the NGO,
Yeah.
I was being paid 50 Gs. And then I got my first official client was a client I was writing marketing emails, email copywriting. I was supposed to write 10 emails every month, and they were paying $100 per email. Email, I wouldn't even take even an hour writing an email.
$100
Exactly.
per email.
Exactly. So that's $1,000. You can earn way more
Yeah.
working online. Way more. I was reading somewhere that let me actually ask you, do you know what's the average hourly rate in the world for freelancers? Now, I don't want Kenyans to hear this so that you can know just how much we undercharge.
I don't know.
Can you guess?
50?
50. It's actually it's 22.
Oh,
It's 22. But most Kenyans,
ambitious like that.
it's 22.
Yeah.
But most Kenyans, we charge way less, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
My point is, imagine if you can just be able to charge the $20, the average in Kenya, for you to be named as a middle income, you need to be earning about
Middle income, 100 to 200.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's say 100. So how many hours do you need to work?
9.
Earning 20. If you're earning $20, you're working freelance, you only need to work for how many hours? 50 hours.
Yeah.
It's 50.
True.
It's actually about 40 because of the conversion rate.
Yeah.
40, that's 1 week. So for a person who is working online, for them to get to earn 100K, if they're charging $20, you just need to work about 40 to 50 hours.
Yeah, a week.
I just wish more people would wake up to the opportunities that are in the online world. But when you say that, everyone comes to and asks, ni website gani naweza tumia ni hizi pesa? And it doesn't work that way.
I get this a lot. Nikikuja kwa bootcamp yako utanishika mkono mpaka nipate.
I know. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You need to have a skill. Then with the skill, come and learn how to pitch yourself.
Yeah, true.
And your skill is supposed to solve a certain problem for a client. For example, if you are a virtual assistant and you're an executive virtual assistant, you need to understand the specific skills that you need to have to become an executive virtual assistant. And then you approach a client whom you've already done the research and you know that they might require your services, and then you add value into their life. And then trust me, they'll be happy.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to pay you to make their lives easier. In the agency, we were hiring an executive virtual assistant for a client. And when I asked the client, what would you want? At what point will you say that this executive virtual assistant has been able to
What's
hit
your
the
measure of success?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what she said? I just want to sleep more. And I just want to be able to sleep more because I have so many nitty-gritties I need to do, so that I end up sleeping way late because I'm supposed to she's a social media marketer. I'm supposed to make sure that I plan with the content calendar. I send out these invites to the clients. I coordinate the team that does the shooting and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But I need one to take care of everything. Those people, they are so back to back na kazi zao, and they're just willing to pay someone. So the whole point is get a skill. Find a way to convince another person that I'm skilled and I can help to make your life easier by doing ABCD.
Yeah.
And trust me, people will be willing to pay you. There's no website yenye una click. Actually, kuna mtu aliniuliza hiyo swali jana majuzi. Eti si nipatie website naweza enda kutafuta pesa. It doesn't work like that.
People want to make quick
Exactly.
money and it doesn't really work like that.
And I've always been saying that those shortcuts they're actually the long cut because they'll take you much longer because you'll try this website, this website.
Yeah.
When you could have gone to LX, you take a VA course.
Yeah, and it's only $10.
Exactly.
Really. $5, 2 months.
Exactly.
You're done.
Now you have a skill. From there, you can start upskilling with other courses on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then from there, learn how to come to my TikTok or Saitores or Dr. All the people who are teaching about how to pitch yourself and to present your skills.
Yeah.
You go onto Facebook, you pitch your skills, and then you get a client.
True.
Might look like a long route, but because you already have a skill, you have something that you can trade.
Yeah.
But even if you got and this is not only for people who do it's called what chat moderation. You'll find that some of those tasks, not exactly chat moderation, some of the tasks that there are some websites that you take surveys unapata pesa and they still work, but you don't exactly have a skill.
Yeah.
I say if you're working with those accounts, work with them on the side to give you a living.
Yeah.
But in the process, get a skill. Learn how to pitch yourself and then get clients. This way you have something long term. You have something long term, something that you can rely to. Ile siku utaamka upate account yako ya survey imefungwa, you're not worried.
Yeah, true.
You know that I just need to send 100 pitches and then
Yeah.
I'll land another client.
True. Oh, that is such a good advice, and I think most people out here, amtaki tu kujituma. I tell people putting your best foot forward is like a must, especially in this freelance space, because you need to keep also consuming knowledge every other time. Things are changing, and you want to always ensure you've set yourself apart. So, Bonnie, as my last call in this episode, what would you want to tell your wife? I know she's here. But what would you also want to tell your daughters? Yeah.
To my wife, alisema nisimtaje jina.
Why?
No, I'm very grateful for the impact that she's had in my life. I do not think I would be, but I do not think, I know I wouldn't be where I am if it was not for having her by my side.
Yeah.
I always say that she's the wind behind my wings.
Wow.
And because every step that we've been able to accomplish, she's there with, she has been there with me.
Yeah.
Ndo alarm during 4:30 and sijisikii kuamka, ebu amka mse.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that particular role. And to my daughters, my dad, there was a time about a month ago tulikuwa tunafanya mashughuli kuna boda, and I asked him, when you're on my age, what was your main aim with your family? What was keeping you up at night?
Yeah.
And his point was, I just wanted to give you guys education, because I knew that I seen a lens za kuachia. I just wanted you guys to pursue education to whatever extent.
Yeah.
My aim for my daughters is not exactly education. I'll educate you to whatever level, but it's exposure. Because I feel like the current world, if you have exposure, because the reason why most people are not working online is because they've not had that exposure on where to start. So my objective with my daughters is to give them as much exposure as possible. I was telling my wife, I want to take them to so many countries.
Yeah.
So many countries, not only as tourists, for us to learn how things operate in different countries.
Yeah.
So that by the time they're coming back home, their minds can see things in different perspectives.
Which is really nice.
Exactly.
When I grew up, I have my own kids, I want to take on your parenting skills. But anyway, guys, there is it from Bonniey and I today. I know you've learned a lot, not just from his own personal story, but also from his freelance story. Just remember that you are doing better than you think, and the life that you want, it's not very far-fetched. You're just stepping into it. This was Virtually Vast, where we scoured through freedom, one task at a time. Until next time, keep it here, keep it virtually vast. Bye.
Thank you.